So, for those who don't know, this is entirely my audience fault. Apparently, they decided to talk about impregnating me a little too much. So now we're gonna watch Mr. Bircham together. Because, look, I want this show to get good. And I don't think it's going to. So, looks like we're watching on 1.5 speed, Mr. Bircham from the Daily Wire, everybody.
Gentlemen, you're about to embark on a noble crusade, which we've been strategically planning for
Rhino,
months.
thank you for the community sub.
Our enemy is well trained. Tomorrow, Navy men, is Veterans Day, the one day of the year when even the laziest socialist lefties pay lip service to our service and offer us free food and booze.
I call upon...
No, when even the socialists like us. Jesus. As if there aren't socialists who would go to the military.
On you, Meal Team 6, to join me once again in binging ourselves into a patriotic food coma. Hoorah! We all know that Gunderson and those army pubes have been slowly invading our territory, but we will never surrender. Pancake Apocalypse, the Happy Cow Steakhouse, Mama Leone's Meatball Madness, Wingers, Golden Trough Buffet, and we may take targets of opportunity along the way. But as always, at the end of the day, we end up at Top's Irish Tavern.
There is
No better way to pay
tribute to our town's greatest war hero, Terry Tops Sullivan, than to stumble into Tops Tavern with puke on our boots to hoist the last beer of the day in his honor.
My God, gentlemen, we fought for this nation, and we will get our just desserts. Literally, one of the stops is a new bakery called Just Desserts.
Okay, that was actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, the idea that one of the places that they have to go just happens to be called Just Desserts, I'm okay with that joke. I'm okay with that. It's silly, but it's fine. Instead of black character woke, not even just a black character, there's a gay character in this episode, if memory serves. And there's a woman who gets really pissed off at that I did a video on already. Mr. Bircham, everyone!
Quan, equipment status.
4 bandoleros of stain steaks and antacids, sir.
Gage, transpo.
Janet, the bus driver, is locked and loaded. ETA 0900, sir. Right after her meeting with her parole officer.
Excellent. Reyes, uniforms?
I lengthen the drawstrings and reinforce the elastic in the waistband, sir.
Affirmative, supportive, and forgiving.
Hey, wait a minute. Did you just put me on uniforms because I'm gay?
Yes, but you're also part of the unit. We didn't care what you did with your unit. We didn't ask, you didn't tell.
Does all you can eat mean all you can eat in one sitting, or can we bring backpacks to fill with brownies and stuff?
Hey, look, there's that joke that the woman got really mad at. It's there's a gay man, and they're making fun of him for being gay, basically, with a don't ask, don't tell joke. And that is apparently enough to piss somebody off to not watch the show. You know, I feel sometimes the conservatives are the snowflakes, actually. Just
saying.
Solid mustache, Jeannie.
I clean out your electric razor and mix it with wood putty.
By God, that's moxie. But tomorrow's a school day.
Come on, school is so boring and...
Filled with morons, I know. But you still have to go and learn multiplication, geography, and that you're a racist.
Can't wait till I'm old enough to kill enemies of democracy and drink for free.
That is my goddaughter.
Sorry, just need to...
I feel as though that one might be a little... just a smidge on the nose. In not a good way. I can't wait till I can kill enemies of democracy. Okay.
Sure.
Find a thingy to fix my gaming chair. Flathead thingy or Phillips head thingy? Who's Philip? What's going on here? Planning an incursion. Something you know nothing about. I'm actually good at strategy. I took my fall duty team to the West Coast Murder Cup Invitational Finals. We took the high ground and sniped the spawn point. Racked up major kills. Whew. That's cute. These men and I saw actual combat.
Real action.
Okay, I don't... So I recognize that we're supposed to care about that. The whole, like, yes, we're the actual patriots. We saw actual combat, and who the fuck cares a stand? But I don't see how that matters, like, at all. In any way, shape, or form. But okay. Is it incursions? Are they playing Star Trek Fleet Command? No, they're playing World of Warcraft Season of Discovery.
We were steps away from Granada.
Oh, god damn it, there's a fucking cutaway! Okay.
What that girl did to me on that beach that day, it changes a man. You never forget a thing like that, kid.
I guess they didn't actually see any combat. Because whatever the fuck they did wasn't combat. That was something completely different. That was being in the middle of a volleyball match.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, Dina? Don's in the garage with Dick planning their annual Glutton Fest, which means it's our annual wives' spa day. Cannot wait to get my rib down.
Yeah, I'm just hoping Don doesn't overdo it like he did last
They said,
year.
wait, that's funny as fuck. It's the one, like, there are some glimpses of actual humor in here. The idea that none of them are actually veterans and the thing that they did was play volleyball. So I think it's a Top Gun joke. Yeah. It has to be. Wait! That means they're all gay. If it's a Top Gun joke, they're all queer.
You want some of this?
I'll knock that smile off your fat face.
Dude, maintain. He's not worth it.
Let me go. He started. You keep my wife's name out of your damn mouth.
Alright, well, I guess we're just making jokes at Will Smith's expense. That's fine.
Don't do anything dumber than last year.
Aw, that goes for you too. Love you.
What up, Pennywise? There's a 5-gallon bucket of sawdust. Remember, it's $100 if you yodel groceries. Looking at you, Gage.
In advance.
All right,
Sailors, anchors
Okay,
away.
that's
And by
that's
tonight,
actually
we better
funny.
all away an extra 15 pounds.
Hoorah! Pam, I found some really great school uniform options. They'll completely neutralize everyone's presentation to avoid misgendering.
So he just comes in with a burqa. He just flat out comes in with burqa and is like, hey guys, this is what everybody will have. Said, oh look, it's Vosh. It's a weird combination of Vosh and Jimmy Snow. Like if the two of them had a baby, that's this character right here. Who, whenever they get brought up, for some reason, I see this show up in random places, and I don't understand why. Apparently, the, Mr. Bircham fandom ships these two. And honestly, I can see it. I can see it. I get it. I get it. This man is 110% closeted. He has to be. They said Jimmy Vosh. That's, yeah. So there's a fandom. Look, there's 77,000 views on Mr. Bircham Yowie with the Wokatron 9000 from that show. There's always a fandom. You don't get to escape it. You don't get to escape it.
I'd like Principal Bortles to take a sick day. Ooh, One day, Elliot. One day.
I forgot its name was Elliot, actually.
I've never heard a sound bath before.
Oh, we are doing all the baths today. Sound bath, steam bath, mud bath, bath, and my favorite, the mimosa bath.
Good morning, ladies. Welcome to Spa La La. This is Tina and Lynn, your personal spa attendants. They'll be your masseuses, and most importantly, they'll refill your complimentary mimosas.
To a wonderful day.
Waitress, another round.
While I admire the gluttony, syrup shots seems like a waste of stomach space.
Just warming up, my friend. You know I gotta
Okay.
get my sugar rush when Dina's not around. You're fat. You're already pre-diabetic. Your uncle lost his foot like I need a foot. Don't worry about me. You can have any room for drinks after that Tower of Terror? Kwan is already on his third sex on the beach. Yeah!
Ooh. You know me better than that. First off, this orange juice is a triple screwdriver. Don't get it twisted. These pancakes are merely a sponge for the booze. Like a house. A good buzz needs a proper foundation.
Hoorah! I thought this was a pancake place, not an Old Navy.
Oh, okay. So they actually were apparently in the military, I guess? But they were Navy and Army. Okay, I get the joke. I'm a military kid. I get it. All the branches don't hate each other, but they kind of hate each other. I guess it makes sense. Sure. Anyone to talk about that hoorah thing is Marines, not Navy? Yeah. Look, if there's one thing I learned from the recruitment officer when I was thinking about going into the Air Force, it's that joining the Navy or joining the Marines is basically a death knell, and it's just listening to people tell you that you're going to have this weird sense of honor, and that's good. Apparently. I'm dead serious. That's the shit that my Air Force officer told me when he was trying to recruit me. He's just like, hey, they're just gonna brainwash you into thinking honor's the most important thing in the world, by the way. Jessa says the chair force. Yep, I know. The pencil-pushing chair force. I get it. I was never military, though.
Gunderson.
Birchum! Okay, first of all, that doesn't make any sense. Just because we're old, and we're in the Navy, and... Oh, I get it! It's wordplay, isn't it?
Oh, the gay one is... Okay, so he's the one slow to the joke. Got it.
Well. You squids are just getting started. We're way ahead of you, as always. Navy clearing the way for the Army to hit the beach.
Ah, we already ate a baker's dozen and Irished up a couple free coffees at Dandy's Donuts. This is our second stop. Remember, we're the Army. We drink more before 9 a.m. than you Navy pukes do all day. The only thing that sucks about Veterans Day is seeing your ugly face. Well, it's a good thing you and the geriatric Girl Scouts will be passed out in an hour. Hoo-ha! Does anyone have a good comeback?
Okay, so that's...
Why the random hoo-ha? I don't actually know anybody in the Army that does that. But okay. Sure. Said, Suris, the joke about the Army saying hoo-ha was y'all could say hoorah properly if you could get the dick out of your mouth? See, that's actually funny.
Somebody!
Ooh, I know. Say something about how chiseled he is.
Right, this is no time to be gay. Veterans Day
This is
dressing
no-
up in uniforms and...
This is no time to be gay. Okay, so I am a 90s kid. And that joke should not have landed, but it actually kind of did.
marching in parades. In the manliest way possible. Move out, soldiers! Move out! Come on, men. Down those drinks. We gotta stay a step ahead of them.
Man, they are desperate. They're incredibly desperate to not be seen as gay.
Hey.
Oh, hey, look! Bircham and the Navy finally showed up. Stupid Gunderson and his stupid Army buddies. They have a one-stomach advantage, and it's a butch chick.
Come on, Birch, look at the bright side. If we were at work, we'd be in fourth period right now. Instead, we've been buzzed since homeroom.
We're on a mission, boys, and nothing can stop us now.
Excuse me. Am I interrupting?
Oh, Hey, when did they put a bar in the faculty lounge?
They didn't. If you're here, who's covering your classes? Hello?
Oh my gosh.
What is happening here, folks?
Account for force and friction to set up your block plane correctly.
Very good.
So, okay, the idea that this guy is actually not qualified to take on any kids at all, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's just really played out. It's really fucking played out. I'm sorry. Said, is it weird the main guy sounds like Soldier from TF2? Said, so is this just a booze race episode with extra bigotry on top? Yeah, basically.
Mr. Higginstaller, I just wanted to say that I'm inspired by you. I'm going to be a finished carpenter. Oh, why thank you, Gerald. And your colonial trim work was magnificent. Beef. I never thought he was cute before, but there is something about him now. Ooh.
I don't know what's going on here, but don't worry, kids. I'm going to find Mr. Bircham and bring him back.
Okay.
All right, you got us. I'm not gonna grovel, Portals.
You kidding? I need this job. I'm groveling.
You tell me how.
You can't stop thinking the villain looks kind of like Vosh. The villain is just Vosh and Jimmy Snow having a kid. I swear to God. That's all he is. Just Vosh and Jimmy have a child, and that is the end result. That is all.
I will grovel my ass off.
I don't think you get it.
Look, I always thought we had an understanding. You let me run my class the way I want, and I don't bug you for material support or asbestos removal.
You gotta be kidding me. Hey, are you a vet?
I was in the 487th.
The 487th? What'd you do, sell the most thin mints? I survived Space Mountain? Are you me?
We lost a lot of good men that day.
Hey, everybody! This idiot is pretending to be a vet just to get a free meal. You know what unit you're in now? 86. Hey, careful!
Okay, so that one actually does kind of piss me off for some personal reasons. So that's, if not exactly stolen valor, but kind of stolen valor. and there is a person who was in my life who actually did a fuck ton of the stolen valor thing, and then we found out through looking at their DD-214 that everything they had ever said about their time in the military was a lie. So I actually have some personal opinions on that one. Okay. See here. Progress says, Art, I'm taking off for the night. See you in mod tomorrow night for tweets with the last of my lowballs ketchup chips. See ya. Vice Rhino says, the black guy is super willing to grovel. The black guy is willing to grovel. The gay guy wants to be pegged 24/7. There's a lot of weirdities happening in this particular episode.
It's my cosplay costume!
Don't come back or go to Canada!
Don't come back or go to Canada. Is that supposed to be funny? Is it just the joke that the Canada people who don't like America should leave and go to Canada? Okay. Said Stolen Valor is called out by Roseanne. Yikes. Oh, right! Isn't that fucking Roseanne doing her voice? God, the only show you can actually get in anymore is fucking Mr. Bircham.
My, how times have just changed. How the mighty have fallen.
I'm here to bust you. I'm here to show you how it's done, boys.
Well, I'll be damned. I didn't know you were a coastie.
I also got a tramp stamp of a bald eagle that goes all the way down here to...
No, we're
That's
cool.
cool.
I mean, it's good.
I'm good.
So you think, just because you're my boss, you can march in here and join my crew? I've got just one thing to say. Welcome aboard, sailor!
Damn, how much do you think all these complimentary mimosas cost? No, don't worry. They'll tell us at the end. These are so much better than what I had in 2012 at my Brunch for Barack fundraiser. So sorry I couldn't make that, by the way. I was just too sick. Wait a minute. You did not say you were sick. You said you couldn't come because you were worried about the Mayan calendar and the world ending in 2012. Did I? I must have meant that I was too sick with worry. Did you blow off my Obama fundraiser? I can't believe this. I figured you'd support him because, well, you know. Oh, so you only invited me because I'm black. Am I the friend that you're talking about when you tell other white people? I can't be racist. I have a black friend. Yes. I mean, no. Wait. I have black friends.
The fuck?
You're just my blackest of my black friends.
You're just the blackest of my black friends? Okay.
Socials are blowing up. Why would you be with those Neanderthals?
Kidnapped? Okay.
It's so funny, I forgot what laughter was. Yeah, I'm trying to find... There are some points where it's funny. There are some points where it is, but like, somehow this show, in the earliest stages, feels like Family Guy and The Simpsons in its dying stages. And that's not a good thing. They said, why are we watching this brain rot? Because my entire audience is made of brain-rotted people.
Do you always get this loaded this fast?
This is nothing. Gage is a pro. He's thrown up on every continent except one.
Yeah, that's true. Only spot left on my puke bucket list is Antarctica.
Someday, Gage. Someday.
I just don't see how you can oppose healthcare for everyone.
Yeah, that's all we need. More big government. The same people that brought us the DMV and the IRS are now going to give us a pap smear. Great plan.
Cool. I get the joke. Isn't it a funny joke? Don't you like the joke that doesn't understand anything about how any government anything works? Isn't that hilarious to you? Don't you like it? Isn't that funny? I think it's hilarious. I personally, I don't know. I forgot what humor was. Personally.
I wonder if people realize that the DMV operates mechanically differently than a fucking hospital does. I wonder if they get that. And I know that, like, oh, it's supposed to be a joke, don't take it seriously. Like, no, this is on the Daily Wire. It is a joke, but it is a joke meant solely to be listened to by its target audience. The goal is for the target audience to hear it and go, ah, that's funny, and I agree with that. That's the other half of it. The joke is supposed to be funny because they agree with it. I talked in an earlier bit, I don't remember if it was in this episode or not. No, it wasn't in this episode. About how the two things that humor needs to be truly funny, usually, are, one, it needs to be relatable, and two, not only does it need to be relatable, but that humor needs to be unpredictable. This is one of the reasons why, and if it's not unpredictable, the joke needs to work so well in spite of it coming from a mile away. Usually because it is just that relatable. Unfortunately, this show's humor doesn't fall into that category. This show's humor just kind of is mean-spirited and forgot how to be funny. So, what's the best way to put this? South Park does offensive humor well. The reason South Park does offensive humor well is because its goal, the goal of the creators, is not to send a specific overt political message. Their goal is not to be mean-spirited. Their goal is to be funny. Their targets are damn near everybody. They'll call out anyone at all. They're not aimed at conservatives. They're not aimed at liberals. They're not aimed at jack shit. They are just trying to tell a joke at everyone's expense. It's Cards Against Humanity, the show, functionally. Vice Rider says, I said the thing we all don't like! Laugh! Yeah, that's... Whereas with Birchum, it is a show that is only ever going to work if you are specifically the kind of terminally online conservative that the show is specifically aimed at. If you are that kind of conservative, then the show will work for you. It will be funny for you because you'll hear the funny haha things and you'll agree with them, and that's it. That's where you'll be. But the thing is, it's not that it can't be funny. It's that it's only ever going to be funny to one person, and even to that one person, it's just not that fucking funny to begin with. Also, 64 being chilling, thank you very much for the follow. It is a type of humor that is aimed, pointed, and without having the ability to be aimed at everyone, can only really be enjoyed by that one person. And at that point, it's not humor. It's just making fun of something. There's a difference between making fun of something and making a joke about something. Laura does R said, wait, is this a video? Yes. Laura, thank you for the 1 month subscription. I appreciate it. This is a video. And I'm trying to articulate this in a way that's not like... I'm trying to articulate this in a way that makes sense. There's making fun of something, and then there is using something as the vehicle for humor. This is just making fun of stuff, instead of actually being funny. Old Gus says it's old right-wing humor written by far-right-wing nutjobs parroting what they think left-wing humor is like while completely unaware that we don't laugh every time an anti-vaxxer dies of measles. Wait, you don't? I mean, yeah, absolutely, obviously. Why would anybody laugh at that? Sebi says, if you could really call it that, because it just feels like glorified sock puppet. Well, it makes sense that the characters feel like glorified sock puppets, because the guy who made it apparently was the guy who made Crank Yankers. It's very, very rare that anything happens in this show that I think is genuinely funny on its own merit. Though there have been times so far in this episode where I've found some of the things funny on their own merit. But in this one, are we supposed to agree with this character? Are we supposed to disagree with this character? Is it funny that this character is saying the anti-Obama things while being black? Is it funny that that is the case? I don't know what the humor is supposed to be, unless it's just supposed to be that this is the relatable black character, and that's as far as the joke needs to go. I am uncertain.
Face it, you voted for him because of white guilt. That's a low blow, but when you go low, I get high.
When you go low, I get high. Is funny. Is funny.
I guess there actually is a certain level of funniness to that. I'm actually not gonna lie. There's a little bit of humor to that particular statement. It's a 420 joke, yeah. Like, it's fine. The joke is fine. It's not the worst thing in the world.
No.
Wait, were they eating mud? Did we just have the Chinese people eating mud?
That's a low blow, but when you go low, I get high. No.
Okay, I looked away for a second and I saw the hand moving up, and I thought that that meant that the character was eating the mud, and I was like, oh, what? But why? Where's the humor in that one? But no, it was just being wiped off. Okay, it's bad that the show has me primed for that.
You only beat me because I didn't carb load.
I miss being a CB, protecting freedom while building on the government's dime. Remember how we drove Noriega out of his palace by blasting heavy metal music? I built those speaker stands.
I miss the Coast Guard sometimes, too. I was responsible for rescuing the majority of the starting lineup of the 1991 Florida
Gens, thank you for the subscription.
There were some hot pieces of ass on the deck of the ship that day.
Hey, any of you guys see Killer Quan?
Did not see that coming.
When Killer Quan gets wasted, the thing he kills is wine glasses.
Killer Quan, killing it.
Oh no!
I guess it's kind of funny. It's not the worst joke I've heard. It's fine. So the sad thing is, so my uncle was a CB, and the sad thing is he supports Trump. My family does too. I get it.
They got Janet too? The dark side is powerful! Damn patriarchy!
Toxic.
You know, I shouldn't have found that funny. But the idea of somebody on the side of the road screaming damn patriarchy and then clutching their gut while they go back and forth. Toxic. You know what? I recognize that it was a dumb joke aimed at the lowest common denominator and there was nothing funny about it. But I kind of get it. Said Less Than Glusa says, Opera, does any right-winger get that? Yes, actually, because remember that Ben Shapiro, guy in charge of the Daily Wire, his sister is actually trained in classical opera. Like, conservatives do get opera because not all conservatives are just lowest common denominator people that are working blue-collar jobs. That's a stereotype, yes, but a lot of times they're the people who believe themselves to be upper class, the aristocracy, the people who think that money should be in charge and that makes the world better. Stop says, oh wow, I just realized that the spa workers are probably based on the stereotype of spa workers only being Asian middle-aged women. Yeah, to be fair though, at least, so like here where I live, that is every spa for the most part. Like, most every spa is that. So it's one of those stereotypes that's not without merit depending on where you live. Obligatory reminder that his wife told him a wet vagina is a sign of disease. When I'm thrilled, I'm diseased.
Last stop, ladies. Gage, I'm impressed. You haven't puked yet.
No, but I vet myself. Get it? Vet myself? Seriously, I peed my pants.
Okay, that was not a funny joke, but I'm also the type of person that really, really likes puns as humor, while also really hating puns as humor. Jasa, he vetted himself because he's a vet, and he peed himself. Ah, piss.
Gunderson. Birchum.
Sorry, fellas, busy night. We only have one table left.
We'll take it. There's only room for one crew, Gunderson.
That's right. And the army never
What if the
retreats.
table's just big enough for all of them?
Once and for all.
Right here, right now. Well, maybe not right here and right now. Somewhere else. In Soonish. We can't disgrace Tops.
Agreed, but Tops is the stakes. Loser is banned, not just today, but every Veterans Day.
Agreed. Let's settle this like men. A food fight. Meet at the Golden Trough. 1,700 hours. Don't be late. Standard food fight rules. You get hit, you're out. Last man standing's platoon gets Tops. Losers can go to that drag bar Reyes tried to drag us to.
Deal.
Okay. The drag bar they tried to drag us to. I feel like the pun worked once. Now we're just doing it again. I don't know. This is it's inoffensive at this point and not really that funny. Like I'm not invested in any of the characters. I'm not invested in any of the actual story, but the jokes that are being thrown down don't fall completely flat, question mark. So that I've grown numb to a vast majority of stuff like this. Like it exists.
That's a win, huh?
Tina, can you please tell Wendy that I'm not talking to her because she assumed just because I'm black that I'd vote for a tax-raising elitist because he happens to be half black, and she only voted for him because she thinks he's hot.
I wonder if she realizes that Trump is as much, if not more, of an elitist than Obama is, but they're not going to say that. They're going to aim it only at the one, I guess. So, like, if this were South Park, yeah, I imagine the YouTube stream would die. That, I figured it would happen. If this were South Park, this would be aimed at just the idea of presidency in general, probably. But because it's Mr. Bircham, that's not what happens. Instead, we get aimed specifically at Obama. For people who still think humor about Obama is somehow relevant.
Lynn, can you please tell Dina that she needs to stop watching a certain news channel and vote in her own interest? Tôi không chịu nói nữa rồi. Đám Karens chẳng có giúp mình gì hết. Cứ làm đi. Tina, tell Wendy that making America great again is in my best interest.
Ah, so we're just worshiping Trump now. Got it.
And Lynn, tell Wendy that...
Wait, I'm Wendy. Tell Dina that... Did you just say you voted for him? Hiya, crabby or river bitches! In Vietnam, you vote for who they tell you to, or your family start disappearing. You think in our country you can take a day off work to get drunk and whine about politics? I was a doctor in Vietnam, but I make more money here rubbing down bitchy white women who are so stressed about gluten. Yeah, you're so busy arguing you forget you're Americans, and it's already so great here.
Okay,
So, having seen people who've lived in America who then go to Vietnam, generally speaking, they're very happy about the fact that it doesn't cost as much to fucking survive there. And I don't really hear much about the politics. So, I don't know if the humor... Is the humor supposed to be that, like, every country is bad except the United States? Also, that walk animation is really fucking bad.
Mệt với mấy người Mỹ này quá.
It said, oh my god, those two actresses are actually Vietnamese. Said, I hope they're actually Vietnamese. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters whether they are or not in this particular situation. At least personally. Said you'd rather watch Hudson Hawk. I'd rather watch a lot of things besides what I'm putting myself through right now. And apparently, according to YouTube, watching this is also a sin. I guess. Dark Lord Kitten, thank you for the follow.
Wow, sorry.
And remember, you see a Navy brand, you smoke him.
They shot me. Man down, man down.
So he's gonna lose in the food fight, I guess, now?
Man, this feels like early 2000, like, what, early 2010s Flash animation? This doesn't actually feel like an actual company took this under and made anything with it. They said this is a real waste of good food. I don't think the food's actually good. I really doubt the food's actually good in any way, shape, or form. Said it feels too slow. Remember, I have this at 1.5 times speed. Said it's a show that belongs on Newgrounds. It's a show that probably would have been funnier on Newgrounds because instead of it being a show endorsed by Ben Shapiro and obviously politically charged with an agenda to tell, it would be just like a couple guys in their basement dicking around on fucking Flash. Said Vice Rider says, you have it sped up? Yes. My playback is currently sitting at faster. I am at 1.5 times speed. This is how the show is, though. If you are not watching it at higher speed, it feels excruciating.
Make it one time so we can see how how it's supposed to be? Sure. Playback, speed, normal speed. This is the speed it's supposed to be. Are you happy? This is what you wanted, right? This was my promise I made to you. Is it funnier now that we're playing it at normal speed and it feels like slow-mo? Is it better now?
I said, like, seriously, I hate when people waste food. It's a food fight, though. Said, I think the show may have... the show may have aborted your baby. Ah, perfect. Now we know I'm not pregnant. Nothing can make this better. No, it can't. Nothing will make this better at all. So now we have to go back and speed this back the fuck up.
Good strategy, Bircham, but I'm still standing.
We took the high ground and sniped the spawn point.
Game over.
I can't believe we lost to a bunch of squids in an ambush. Worst day of my life, and I've been at war.
Worst day of my life, and I've been at war. I feel like the timing of that joke would work way better if, you know, there was a pause instead of it. I know I'm at higher speed, but I don't think that joke just works in general unless you have it with a little bit of a pause. And I couldn't tell that there was a pause at all. I paused it, there was no pause. You said, okay, I count that he bit off the part of the chicken leg before he threw it like a pin grenade funny. It's
serviceable.
Well, I never thought I'd live to see the day that a bunch of sissy mermen defeat members of the esteemed U.S. Army. But you fought with honor and integrity. Toss is yours. Treat it with the respect it deserves. And try the jalapeno ranch poppers. I'm telling you, they're amazing.
Ooh, ranch? Are they new?
Yeah, you can only get them on the apps menu, though, and that's on the tabletop. You can't miss it. They're really good. They're super spicy, like, be careful. Anyway, so long, Bircham.
Hold it,
Is it like
Gunderson.
white people spicy?
Gunderson?
What now? You finally come up with a good insult?
No, but I will, and I want to be able to say it to your face. Over a beer. Inside.
Hold on a second. You mean...
We may be in different military branches, but we're all part of the same tree. The Tree of Liberty.
What do you say, y'all join?
Does he remember that the Tree of Liberty often has to be watered with the blood of fascists? Because that's the thing the Founding Fathers basically said. Anyway.
Me to hoist
A few for the red, white, and blue.
Well, all right. First round's on me.
You do know the drinks are free.
Hell yeah, that's why I offered. Shit.
Excuse me, blue collar bar. It's like a January 6th convention. Excuse me, principal.
It's like a January 6th convention.
Blink once if they drugged you and you're here against your will. Settle down, Elliot. Wait, why are you here?
It's called a professional development retreat. Principal's discretion. I'm entitled to get to know my staff on a deeper level.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I guess I could sit for a quick glass of non-alcoholic rosé.
Sorry, this table's reserved for real warriors, not social justice warriors.
Oh. It still hurts like it did in high school.
Huh. I feel like that was mean-spirited for no fucking point at all. I mean, that's most of the show, but still. Okay. It's reserved for real warriors, not social justice warriors. Okay, ma'am. Here's your margarita.
So because it was, yeah. Welcome to
As
the
is
Daily
tradition,
Wire.
this pint is for Top and all veterans. Gentlemen and ladies, it was an honor being overserved with those who served.
To the Navy! I'm just kidding. Hoo-ah!
Thank you to all who served. Yay. At least we know the target audience. Okay.
Yeah, fuck, I forgot Brett Cooper's in this show. Yeah, so wow, that fucking sucked. Yeah, it's a show that barely qualifies as the noise you would have on, like, while cooking dinner. So I'm just looking forward to tomorrow I get paid so I can spoil myself a bit. Nice, Effie. Leans on Senna, save me from this. Nothing can save you from this. It exists, unfortunately. And, unfortunately, on top of this existing, which is, you know, great, we also have another issue. I don't know how I'm going to get this episode up on YouTube. I don't know how I'm going to get this up on YouTube and not have problems where they just take the video down. Rhino, do you have any suggestions on how I can get this video up on YouTube without it causing issues, since it's already taken down my other channel? Crop, color, inverts, pitch shift, do it all? I guess so. We'll do everything. Have you been to Ichiban's before? I'm not going to answer that. So what's the topic? It was going over the episode of Mr. Bircham. So put a random walking Blizzy on top of it? I guess I could do that. Blizzy can save a few things. Use the washing machine clip again, like you did for the Prince of Egypt clip that one time. Ay. We'll find something out. Anyway, that was the second episode of Mr. Bircham.
Greetings and salutations.
Thank you, Agamotto. Thank you for the subscription. I desperately want this show to figure out what humor is. Insert end video tagline here. I guess. Hey, I just quickly want to give a thank you to all of my wonderful patrons who keep this show running. YouTube and Twitch are a pretty bumpy ride at the best of times, and the stability that Patreon provides me is worth more than I can say here. I'd also like to thank each and every one of my $20 and up patrons here, and they would be Red Joker, Britzkrieg, Cameron, Dren, Jemshin, Smiling DM, Poundini, Mabbity Babbity, Naomi, Isaac, Nixie-chan, the Oberon team, Agamotto, Jordan, Ravi, Giuni, Kiratorian, Prisma, all of you, I'm not saying that part, and Starlight. And finally, thank you to everyone else that helps keep this channel alive. While you're here, why not check out another video? And thank you for watching.